Hello everyone and welcome back to Love Your Life. Today I have the President and CEO of Wetech Alliance, Yvonne Pilon. Thank you for joining us, Yvonne.
Oh, thank you for having me.
No problem. Tell us more about what you do and your business.
So, as you said, my name is Yvonne. I'm the President and CEO of Wetech Alliance. It is an organization here based out of Windsor, Essex, but overseeing the Windsor, Essex, and Chatham-Kent communities. And our mandate is really to help technology companies start, grow, and succeed. So I've been in this space for almost 10 years. So I started a tech company when I was 24 out of the Wetech School of Business. So fell in love with entrepreneurship and have been, along with my team, working on building the entrepreneurs in the tech sector here in Windsor, Essex for almost, so it's probably been over 10 years now. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
What made you want to start in Windsor, out of all things?
So I am born and raised here. Although I do like to travel, I went to school here, and I wanted to be part of the future of Windsor, and that's kind of what always prompted me to stay, is the ability to make change and to build kind of Windsor 2.0, or as we called it many years ago, the Windsor 180 movement. So I went to school here. I am Francophone by nature. I went to LYL, went to Wetech School of Business, and decided to stay. And as I saw all of my colleagues leave the region, it was again that fuel for me to say I want to be part of that community builder team to build Windsor up, to tell its story, and really to make this an amazing place to live, work, and play, that companies move to, talent moves to, and that is seen on the global stage as kind of this amazing, innovative ecosystem.
I know exactly what you mean, as many entrepreneurs are probably in the same boat as you once were 10 years ago. What are some of the biggest things that Wetech does for the city of Windsor?
So, I mean, we're just a piece of it, of the ecosystem when we think of entrepreneurship, right? There are many great organizations that cater to space, like the Accelerator. You have student-based entrepreneurship centers like this space here at the Epicenter and Genesis. You have Small Business Center and many other players. But Wetech specifically, I think, has really given a voice to the tech innovation ecosystem. We've also helped, every year we have over 200 early stage and medium stage tech companies. So I like to say we do a good job of telling what we do, but a lot of the times we are so busy working with companies. I think there's so much more that we've done in our lifetime that maybe people don't know about. But some of the big successes has been being one of the founding partners of the Windsor Essex First Robotics. So along with many industry players, university, and the college, we are now one of Canada's largest FIRST communities with over 80 high school and grade school teams that help with the talent pipeline. Again, we've helped, on an annual basis, over 200 companies, so take that over 10 years. We've helped quite a few companies create new jobs, build new products, increase sales, increase patents, and we've also done really cool things like Hacking Health, which is the first ever cross-border hacking health in the world. So there's a lot of firsts we've had. We're starting to really work together as a region, and that's why I like to say is our success is really our client success and our community success. So I think Wetech's biggest success in my eyes is, again, the success of our companies and the industries here. And obviously there's those signature events and programs like Nerd Olympics, Tech Week, that really a lot of the community knows us for, but we really want them to know about those, but also the awesome companies that we get to work with that are really building the economy here in Windsor, Essex, and Chatham-Kent.
And you certainly don't do this alone. How did you find the people to help you out, like Adam Castle and Adam Fry?
Honestly, I have to say, it was like, I always use the word fate almost, because these people found us, and I always back to the environment we have, the culture we have here at Wetech. We're a team of four, I think now 4 full-time people. So we're a really small team, but everyone's very passionate. I always go back to, we're all entrepreneurs at heart. Many of us have either come from entrepreneurial positions or worked in economic development. So I like to say that they found us, and it's funny when you go through the interview process, you meet people and they fit the culture. You don't go into a role in economic development if you truly don't care about the community. This isn't a 9-to-5 job. Most of us are working literally around the clock. We're answering clients' messages on Facebook, Instagram. We're calling people depending on which part of the continent they are. But you're right, we didn't do this alone, and I honestly say, as any boss should say, you're only as good as the people that work with you. And I have to say, I have a team that are smarter and more ambitious and just amazing people But that's just the team. Then you have the board of directors. So we have an amazing board. We just brought in 8 new board members. Some from like Ford Autonomous Vehicle down to Shopify, ag tech companies, some big IT companies in Chatham. So there's just been, again, I appreciate you saying that it's, I know I get the spotlight sometimes as the CEO, but in fact there's hundreds of volunteers, board members, and in fact my team that really make this magic happen.
Well, I know you are the face of Wetech, but a lot of people do know Adam Castle and Adam Fry because they've worked with
the Adams. Yeah, no, they're amazing.
They are amazing.
They have their own brand, I think, as you said, right? So we have John Mark, who leads all of our marketing efforts, and I have to say we built a great presence. He was actually recognized on the North American stage in the tech community as one of the most, as the most innovative and creative marketing person of the year at
Oh my goodness, congratulations.
So he won that. Michelle helps us with our programs and admin, and Eric, who's taken a hiatus now as he's running for the federal election, has been amazing for us in building partnerships both locally, provincially, and across the border.
With all these people helping you out with TIP, your mission, what's the most rewarding part about working with the local entrepreneurs in Windsor?
I think the most rewarding part is seeing them succeed and seeing them create a new job. I always said we love when companies start with an idea, they currently have a job, and the moment where they quit their job to run their business full-time is an exciting piece. Or the time you get a message and they just landed their first venture capital or angel investment, the first time they made a sale. That is empowering, and it's just what you feed off of their success, right? Because their success is our success. A company that's building sales and building, jobs here is a win for everyone. All those people that are hired now put money into the economy, and there's more storytellers, there's more money to go to the philanthropic community. So it's just an overall win, and as you look to Canada, 90% of our economy comes from small businesses. So it's so vital that we continue to build businesses and hopefully build them into these machines. And as I always said, we want the next Shopify to come from Windsor and have more of those Canadian unicorns housed right here in our community.
That explains why Adam Castle is always in my inbox.
There you go.
When should someone consider becoming a member of Wetech?
So that's a great question because technology is becoming so broad, right? Everything is tech enabled, right? So the perfect customer or client for us is someone that is building a product or service in the technology innovation space. And I know that's still a little bit broad. So what I'd like to say is if you have a business that's leveraging technology innovation and you have the ability to scale outside of the region. So if you're a company looking to just have it coffee shop or something that's really strictly focused on local, we'd push you to small business center, right? But if you're a company that's looking to build a platform that can sell across the globe and really scale, that's when we want to work with you. So we work with companies in auto tech, in medical technologies, renewable technologies, apps in IT, software. We work with companies I'm trying to think of all the other companies, so agri-technology. So really technology is broad, but again, we want to focus on those companies that have the ability to scale outside of our geographical borders, that can build a thriving business, obviously try to headquarter here in Windsor or in Ontario, and then grow with their customer base across the world.
That's great. How has the Windsor tech community grown within the last 5 years, seeing what you've seen?
Yeah. So it's changed a lot, and I can say that I've been in this space 10 years, and it's never changing fast enough. I know we all want things to change, but what I found, a couple things. So companies are getting stronger, and I think a lot of that is because in the last 5 years, we've had spaces like this, like spark up, right? So now there's actual resources on the post-secondary level to help people get into entrepreneurship. So we're starting to see that pipeline make it up to us, so now when they're ready to scale, they can come into our portfolio. So you're starting to see partnerships. Just here at the Epicenter, we have a new developer student group that's sanctioned by Google started. We have a Women in Cybersecurity group started here. So there's all these new tech talent initiatives, and all these initiatives are all about connecting to the broader tech community. So I think, in the last 5 years, we've seen stronger companies go through the pipeline. We've seen companies from Waterloo, Toronto come here to access U.S. market. We've seen Quicken Loans from a U.S. company come to Windsor to establish their Canadian headquarters. So there's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of discussion about diversification. So there is this urgency that we need to continuously work on building the tech talent pipeline, building the tech entrepreneurs and really creating this innovative ecosystem to help us reach that Windsor 1A, that Windsor 2.0.
With all this growth happening, what do you think are the biggest challenges when it comes to the Windsor tech community and even entrepreneurs?
So I think a few of the challenges, from a high level, I think storytelling is extremely important. A big part of selling your region to outside companies and even inside companies is making it a great place and talking all about the great things. So I think a challenge is we need to continuously tell our story more. From a talent side, I think we need to do a better job, and we're slowly tackling that, is connecting the talent with our tech ecosystem. So we see a lot of exodus happening from our post-secondary institutions, people going up the 401, going to Silicon Valley. So I think there's a lot of work we can do there to ensure that our companies have the ability, or our students have the ability to connect to our local employment. From an entrepreneurial standpoint, a big challenge of any scaling company is capital. Is how do you get the capital to grow accordingly, right? Because you're competing against the Silicon Valley tech companies, you're competing against the Toronto tech companies. So ensuring our companies have the right resources and capital at the right time and scale them up is obviously a huge priority. So I'd say those are kind of three main things. And I think as we're going to progress as a community, upskilling is going to be extremely important. Automation brings changes in jobs, right? Robots aren't going to take every job, but they'll transition people into new, more higher skilled jobs. So how do we look at our city to look at how do we take people who may have been misplaced or displaced, how do we ensure they have the right skills or upskill them to really feed into those jobs of the future?
And with that being said, what do you believe Windsor needs more of at this point in time?
Right now, I think Windsor's at the inflection point where we're really trying to build our strategy moving forward. So I think right now our biggest thing is continuously working together to align that answer is what does Windsor want to be when we grow up? And I think we're starting to see investment coming down the pipeline. We're starting to see everyone talk on the same page. There's a lot of conversations on becoming the automobility innovation cluster. We have an amazing automotive roots here, from engineers to talent to manufacturers. How do we build all of that into the future of automotive, like the 2.0, right? That automobility, focusing on the connected vehicle and connected everything, right? So I think that's something that Windsor can continuously do. Again, sync storytelling and a sync mission, so that whether we're going the automobility front, it's a partnership. Institutions have to align the talent programs to fit that industry, right? So the more we can align our vision and let the community know and the businesses know, I think the stronger we'll be.
All right, well, thank you for joining us again,
Thank
Yvonne.
you.
Then where can people find more about you and Wetech?
Sure, well, I'm not on social media, I'm just kidding. You can follow Wetech at, it's WE Tech Alliance. We're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you can obviously follow me on all those same platforms. If you love tech, you're going to learn a lot about our tech ecosystem. And again, as the last comment is, don't be afraid of the word tech. Technology is, we're powered by technology no matter what we do, whether we wake up to our Alexa, we use our phones, our car's parking itself. So we need to understand that tech isn't a scary word, and that we all need to embrace this, whether you're a small business who is just powered by technology or you're a tech company. We all have a role to play, and we all need to understand why we need to care about tech.
All right. Hey, well, it's been great having you.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you.